everyone, this is Karen from Pick Up Every Stitch, and I'm glad you've joined me for this little tutorial. What I want to show you today is a technique that I've been using. It's a mock I-cord, and it may have another name, I'm not sure. I've just sort of started doing it. I haven't seen it anywhere, but I'm sure somebody else has done it too. It's a little crochet chain through the edging of your bind-off stitches right around the edge of a garment, or in here it's on the edge of a shawl. So here I put it on the neckline of a top-down sweater, and you can see how it just finishes off the edge, really, really nicely. Here it is on the Jewel shawl, which is a shawl pattern that I wrote for Pick Up Every Stitch for 2025 Local Yarn Store Day. And if you are looking at this video, you probably have the pattern and are working through it, and I'm so grateful that you came out to support the shop. So let's show you how to do it. This is the finished shawl. It's quite large, so in order to show you the technique, I do have a small little swatch here that I've done up for you. This is, of course, the front and the pattern that it's in. So it starts with the back. On the very last row, from the wrong side, I have you bind off in the knit stitch from the purl side. So you're going to go ahead and bind off all the way across to the end of your shawl or scarf, depending how big you make the project. This is a project with a 2-row repeat that you can just continue to work until it's the size that you want. So continue and bind it all off, but don't cut the yarn. What I then want you to do is take your piece and block it to the dimensions that you want the finished garment to be. And that serves two purposes. We don't want this end to be tight. We want to do our crochet chain that we're going to do along these stitches loosely because it should be stretchy. It's a scarf. We're going to wrap it around our neck. And when after it's blocked, it's nice and flat and it's not rolling, and so that gives you a better piece to start and to work with. If it's curling, it's tough to work with. So what you're going to do is get your working yarn and take your crochet hook and insert it through the 2 legs of the very first stitch. I'm going to pull that stitch through, and now I have 1 stitch on the crochet hook. Again, we're making a chain straight across our bind off row. So then I'm going to repeat that. I'm going to go into the second 2 stitches, pull a yarn through from the working yarn, and I'm going to pull the second loop through the first loop that we made to make our chain. And I'm going to repeat that down the entire length of our shawl or our scarf, depending on, again, the size that you make it. Again, we don't want to do this very tightly. We want to do this loosely because we don't want it to appear puckered when we finished. We want it to just lay flat and nicely against the edge. And you just repeat the same process over and over. Put the crochet hook through the 2 legs of the next stitch, pull the yarn through, and then pull that yarn through the last yarn loop that's on the crochet hook. And what you get is a nice finished edge. Here's our finished project, and it's a beautiful I-cord looking edge. Now if you want to compare it to the cast on row, this is the I-cord, an actual I-cord that I have you do for the cast on row in order for it to be nice and stretchy. If you compare that to our bind off edge, it's not much difference. So it's a really good alternative. It looks exactly like the actual I-cord, but way easier to do. So I hope this was helpful. And if you have any questions, you can email us at pickupeverystitch.com. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.